Ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? I am your host, Zero Gravity. I'm here with. Okay,
I am
guys,
speaking.
just
Well,
don't introduce
yeah,
yourself. Just
yeah,
let me.
yeah. There's just that works if it's just one other person, but you want to just lead us in with two other people. You know, he wanted us to talk over each other. That's
No,
what
no,
it
no. I
is.
didn't
You
want you
go
to
ahead and
talk over
go.
each other.
Yes.
I just wanted one of you to introduce yourself, and then the other one would have followed suit, and that's how it would have been. It would have been a clean transition. But no, you didn't want to do that, so it's cool. It's fine. It is what it is. How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Nex-Gen Rocket League Series, the Saturday showcase. We got 3 exciting games for you guys today. We got Zero Strikers versus Obsidian Watch, Rift Ravens versus Nova Shift, and personally, my favorite, the one I can't wait for the most, Echo Circuit versus Core Lock. Guys, what are your predictions for these matches today?
I'm super excited for whatever is going to happen. We also didn't get to introduce the other person here because you just kept going, but
Right.
I'm going to
You're,
let him introduce himself.
you're right. My fault.
I guess that's my cue. I guess I don't know. I didn't even hear the first introduction that Speedy got, but you know. But what's going on, gamers? I'm Xenoblade. You know, your esports enthusiast, production guy, social media guy. I got so many titles and hats. I can't even keep up with it at this point. But yeah, I'm excited for some Rocket League. I'm excited for the match between Obsidian Watch and Zero Strikers. I'm definitely excited about the one between Core Lock and Echo Circuit. I low-key heard underneath the wraps that was going to be a rivalry match, but I'm not sure yet. I gotta wait and see. But no, I'm really excited for today's games for sure.
Awesome. So we got to know, guys. First game, right? First game we got Zero Strikers versus Obsidian Watch. We got to put in our caster votes. Speedy, what do you think? Who do you think is going to be like the guy of this match? Who do you think is going to win this match? You know what I mean? Is it Zero Strikers? Is it Obsidian Watch? What do you got?
I'm definitely going to put my money on Obsidian just because I know you're going to be naturally going for Zero, Mr. Zero himself. So I have to vote the opposition just for competitive sake, and I think it's funny to watch you flop like a fish with your team flopping like a fish. That's a callback to if you've watched any of our current duo streams on Speedy360 Now's channel. But in the meantime...
Okay, all right. Hey, Zeno, please let us know how you feeling. Who do you think's got this one?
I don't know, man. I've been looking at Zero Strikers, but I also been looking at Obsidian Watch, and I'm feeling a little bit more Obsidian Watch, but for some reason I have a little bit of hope for Zero Strikers. They seem more promising than Obsidian Watch, in my opinion. You know, just from seeing the chats and looking at the players. But I don't know. I'm not gonna put my money on the table just yet. I will, however, be putting my money on the table for the next match. But this match, I'm gonna keep my cards close to my chest.
Okay. No. So for me, you guys already know. Speedy said it best. Zero Strikers. That's my team. That's my guys. I'm here for it. I know everybody else is here for it. Ladies and gentlemen, why don't we just stop the allegations? Why don't we stop the alleged leads? Why don't we just stop the he say, she say, and let's do our best right now, guys. Allegedly. You know, allegedly this team might win, or allegedly that team might win. You know what I'm saying? The assumptions, the accusations. Let's just do what we do best and get right into it. What do you say?
I say, let's get hype in the chat. Let's get some things going. I hope you guys enjoy it the same way we're going to, and I can't wait to see how these teams perform. Let's get to it.
Fantastic. They're getting started. I'm ready to go. You're ready to go. So let's get it on.
All right, it looks like we have a kickoff there. I could see who started that win, but we have a clipped going in for it and able to get past the defense here. It looks like they are starting off at a 2v3, so we may see a bit more unfair gameplay. So I do feel a little bad not going for Zero Strikers, but you know, if you have the numbers advantage, it's kind of easy to just go ahead and say, yeah, we're gonna go with those guys. So
I mean, that's
I'm
true.
gonna go ahead and let it pass over to Naj there.
Yeah, so these things happen when it comes to Rocket League.
Whoa. First, before we get on to that one, we had Archon literally just bang it in the back of the goal saying, forget the numbers, guys. I'm in this to win it.
Yeah, that was really good play by him. Really just kept up with the ball and just put it in the net as it where it needed to be. But like I was saying, DCs happen all the time. You know, it could be a region error, technical difficulties, internet issues, but we try our best to work through them. But that was a nice defensive block by Archon right there.
We got V going up for the shot, trying to do a little something fancy, backing back off the wall, setting it for Clip. Clip shoot it into the back of the net. And now, with 3 minutes and 54 seconds, it's 1-all.
And off that beautiful pass there by Naj, got to give him credit when I see it. He's more on the newer side for casting, but we love to see him. Great off that nice shot off the corner there. Now looking at 2-1 before we even hit that 2-minute marker. And we are heading off to the next one. And this time we are looking at a Obsidian harsh start here, able to get that beautiful first touch, but not able to get the shot in. So Zero actually has some time to come back, but that numbers game seems to be working against them. They're still playing some pretty hard defense off the ting, and that's a shot for Clipped.
Jeez, man, they are really putting on the pressure for this one. Seriously, I know Spud the King is actually trying to make some adjustments here so he can get some goals in himself, but Archon is doing his best to play defense on this one. I don't know who is just caught lacking every single time we turn around and for a nice shot. Archon bouncing it back off the wall, trying to push it forward, giving his team the advantage, but Spud the King said, no, not this time. Let's push it back in the other direction. I don't know who with the proper challenge. Spud the King trying to get back on the ball and Clipped pushing it. So I don't know who can't touch it and back of the net. Man, oh man, 4-1 with 3 minutes. I'm not sure if they can come back from this one.
Yeah, I'm starting to notice two things. One, I'm starting to notice V is an insane dribbler. He really has mastered, just aerial gameplay, and he's synergizing well with Clip. I think V and Clip are a very, very dangerous duo, with already it being 4-1 with 2 minutes and 44 seconds on the clock.
Correction, 5-1. Jeez.
Another shot right there. That is absolutely insane. That just goes to show that the chemistry between the two is solid, and Obsidian Watch is definitely an offensive team. Really offensive, no need for defense, and not to take away from the other team, Zero Strikers, even though they're down one person. They do have defensive promise, but they're just overwhelming them with their offense, as we see. Score changes to 6-1, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Clipped with another shot there, man. I'm telling you, he's on fire right now, and I think he's just trying to lay it in and tell them, hey, focus on the next match, because right now this match is ours. Clipped with a little something, and letting V take it into the back of the net, ladies and gentlemen. That is 7-1 with 2 minutes and 22 seconds. SJ, you got to think that this is an onslaught right now, Speedy. You have to think it is.
Is just tearing it up. At any time Vin's not there, Clip is ready to follow up. As soon as I said that, able to score another shot, now looking at an 8-1 lead, not even cracking a minute, and have already put 5 shots in the goal in under a minute. You just look at it and you're just looking at, man, look at the differences in mechanics here, paired with the bit of a disadvantage that comes with having a 2v3, and sometimes it actually can work to their advantage, like you were saying. When we first started off with that, the Zero Strikers able to lead us into that first shot, but it's just been a real and true downtrodden since effort, and we're just watching as they try to adjust to having someone back and someone to push. But it's just too many people to be able to get the ball over, with V consistently in the air and Clips just able to follow up whatever he puts down. Just may end up being a perfect little practice game for the Obsidians, and hopefully we can get another person in here to help seal that gap, or at least make it a bit smaller, just because we do hate to see a disadvantage to
like
this level.
Right.
Yeah.
Another shot by V.
Yeah, V is just really killing it right now, really leading the charge, and overall just dominating on the field along with Clip. Spud the King is really just there for moral support, just in case V or Clip makes a mistake in the air or makes a mistake on the play, just being the overall support right here. 9-1 with 56 seconds left on the clock. I mean, it's clear who the winner is right now, but I definitely want to see Zero Strikers try some experimental strategies, try to get up in the air, try to combat V, because if they're going to have any chance of winning against them in future battles, they got to learn how to get up there with V. They got to learn how to defend in mid-air, and I think Archon is trying to do his best to do exactly that, but leading to a demo right there, leaving I don't know who fend all for himself.
Well, you also got to remember too, Zero Strikers are down 2 players right now. One, they don't have a player in right now, and 2, their captain themselves is not even playing in the middle of this game. But I do believe they started off pretty strong with aggression, but it's more so of a mind game. Once you start realizing that, you know, there's more than one, you got to realize, 1, you don't have that third person back in rotation, right? 2, you got to remember that also, like, you got to be aggressive, but also being aggressive or being too conservative will make you pay for it in the long run as well. And I really think that they're paying that toll right now.
I believe that it's just we got 2 seconds. And do keep in mind, guys, we are switching in between servers here. So if you see a bit more, I guess, hesitation due to lag between the differences between 2 different servers, that's genuinely just what's going on. So in the meantime, please go ahead and continue to tune in. We're going to continue to fine tune the bit of issues we're having here. Hopefully we can get everyone connected onto one game so we don't have a multitude of just disconnects to reconnects to disconnects to reconnects, or just no connection at all. So that's not a normal thing. We're trying to make sure we iron it out as we go. But also the reason why we do scrims like this, so we'll be able to make sure that the big screen things are completely as big screen as they can be. Without a Trump reference in there some type of way, but yes.
Yeah, no, you're fine, you're fine. No, I fully get it. I fully understand. Like we're saying, we're switching in between those servers, but let's talk about Zero Strikers and Obsidian watching that first match. Zero Strikers down a player. Obviously, you know, they're going to have some disadvantage in there, but they took control of, you know, the disarray and everything that was going on, got a clean goal in the first few seconds of the match, and then just kind of was lacking behind that entire time, leaving them to lose 10-1. Like, guys, what's your thought process going through right now? If you're Zero Strikers, what would you be thinking of right now?
Well, I know for me, the first thing I would be thinking about is, man, we need another player. That's number 1. Number 2, even with another player, you also have to think, like, okay, even if we did have a third player, what would that even look like? Because V and Clipped, if it was a 2v2, I feel like Obsidian Watch, excuse me, would have still dominated. And adding the third player of the moral support, they really haven't seen how Spud the King plays when there's another opposition challenging him as well. So we just got to think, how are we going to battle it out with all 3 of us if it's just the 2v2 scenarios and we weren't winning those battles? That's what I would be thinking if I was Zero right now.
I would be thinking just, okay, we can't stop this clear disadvantage from happening. So let's see what kind of combo plays we can get around them even with this disadvantage. And how can we communicate better than what we were doing before, even if we have to add someone in one more time. Or especially if you got to that 2-minute mark and it's 8-1, right? You're just like, okay, we're having a lot of like miscommunication here on who's going to get back for what. Like, we can't both be pushing at the same time. We can't both be on the opposite side of the goal. We have to make sure that one person's dedicated to that rotation when it happens. And not only that, but that'll help increase the level of communication that they have going into the next game, which I'm seeing that we're starting to queue up right now.
Definitely starting to queue up that next game, guys. I hope you guys are ready for a great one, because I believe we are in for something truly special. Zero Strikers, Obsidian Watch, match number 2. Let's get it on.
Here we go, match start. Let's see where this kickoff is going to go. So Clip starting us off with a nice kickoff going in right here. And just, wow, the fastest goal ever in Nex-Gen Rocket League Series right here. 1-0 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds on the clock. Speedy, what did you think of that first goal?
I don't think I want to count that one because we already had another matching error there. But if you want to go ahead and throw it in the hat, you can, I guess. But we can leave that to our professionals.
Oh, and Archon. Sorry to cut you off here, Speedy, but Archon with a close block there, but couldn't quite flip in the right direction that he was trying to flip in, and leading to another goal by Clipped and Obsidian Watch.
Wow, yeah.
Clip
That was
up,
just...
trying to see if we can get this little corner tap, and not able to get the reset, able to block it at the last second. Archon definitely showing that he can do that defensive prowess. Vi able to get back in the last second and just stop this progression from going forward. We got a little bit of a push here, but it giving him what he needed for that goal. As
What do we call that, Speedy? What do we call that? High corner.
High corner.
Archon actually winning that kickoff right there, trying to get a little slip in rope-a-dope on there, but couldn't do it. Passing it back to Spud the King, who's kind of leaving it a little idle in front of his goal, trying to do a little fancy footwork right there. But I don't know me who said not today. Archon trying to get back, trying to play the midfield and being conservative, but it's actually catching himself lacking. And there he is, the third-person speedster Forsen, finally hopping in this game.
Speed Forsen will be able to help narrow this advantage, but I do believe that there's a calm issue, so Speed Forsen is just doing his best to try and fill that gap. So if you see a bit of mismatch or hitting, that
filling
is exactly
the gap
what
indeed, because that was a nice shot. It was actually a pretty solid shot.
Yeah, I love how one of the players moved out of the way of the goal, because I can't tell you how many times where I would be in a match and someone takes a nice shot, but I just happen to be in the way and hit the ball. So that was a really good read on that part. Clipped, hitting it over Zero Strikers to get it inside of the goal. That's what I love. See, that's what I love about Clip. He just continues to fight on and fight on, even if he has no boost, even if he does have a little bit of boost, he just continues to fight.
Caught right in the corner, Speedster Forsen with a clean block that he could have made, but inevitably did not make the block that necessary in order to keep his team from being down 5-1.
Speed Forsen looks like he was trying for that first tap, but it wasn't in. A bit harder to see. Another high corner. You know, those are very difficult to predict off the kickoff, but we see a bit more of a play happening there off the reverse.
I don't know.
Got the block, but put it right back in. Speed Forsen's just not enough of a force for Zero to turn around, is what it seems like. I don't know. Kind of just trying to catch up with this, and it may look like Archon is just pushing this as far as he can. Or Archon. Archon?
We're just gonna say no, you're fine. You're fine. We're gonna say Archon for the time being, guys. Let's go ahead and root Zero Strikers on. Let's go ahead and root Obsidian Watch on, guys. Who do you have to win this entire series right here? Zero Strikers currently being down 1-0, maybe turning into 2-0 as we're moving into this third matchup here with 2 minutes and 34 seconds. Clip showing off his skills once again, being 2 minutes and 34 seconds. It's 7-1, guys. What is going on? He's just too much for Zero Strikers. And Zero Strikers are caught lacking once more, just lollygagging in this match right now. I'm not sure if they put some pep in their step or if they're not feeling aggressive enough, but they're really falling behind in this matchup and possibly falling behind in the series.
Yeah,
in a very strange way, they are still doing better than the first game, though. The first game, they were at 8-1 in 2 minutes. So, and as soon as I said that, 8-1 in 2 minutes, but they were doing better for the little bit of time we had.
No, Zeno, continue your thought. Our apologies.
Good. No, I was just saying before, I mentioned that the prowess between at least V and Clipped was just way too much for Zero Strikers. And when you asked me if I was Zero Strikers, what would I be thinking from that first match? I would just be thinking, how are we going to break up the chemistry between V and Clip? Because if it's just them two and they're scoring all the goals, making all the plays, having a third person low key might, as we were seeing, just might not matter in the end.
You know what? You make complete sense, especially when it comes to that one. I would definitely do my best to try and break up V, but you got to remember, V and Clipped are great players in their own respect, so whether they're working in tandem or if they're working separately, it's a matter of, do we have somebody on our team to match them or at least challenge them defensively enough to where we can break up the opposition and get in at least a clean shot?
And it looks like it, besides that miss, it looks like it was Speed Forsen stopping Clips at center. And, you know, we have Speed Forsen and we have who is just kind of being the middleman here. He's trying to really dictate where he can put a shot in. Archon and Speedy are mostly have been on the defensive end here, just trying to break up these plays that Obsidian can just kind of pull out of nowhere immediately. I see that that's probably their biggest hurdle, is just pulling something out of absolutely nothing, and now it's just a play.
Clip with a nice shot, and that might have been that might have been the shot of the day, folks. I'm not so sure about it. We'll check out the next matches just to see, but that right there might have been the shot of the day. Clipped coming out with something from out of nothing. I'm not sure what to call that.
Yeah, I
He
think.
just did.
Yeah, okay. No, I think that shot he did right there, it's like a self pinch, right? Because we know how pinches work in Rocket League, right? You get another car and you guys collide together, and then the game registers it as like a really like a supersonic fast shot. But right there, he came down, and while he was facing downward, he boosted, causing the ball to hit the ground and his car, causing a self pinch and doing the same motion, and then boom, just directed it at the goal. Very, very hard to do when you're trying to do it intentionally, I will say. I've done it. I tried to do it many times, but never could quite get it right.
Kind of freaking crazy, not gonna lie. That's kind of freaking crazy.
Well, that we ended up having the same exact score, even with adding that extra player.
No, especially with adding that extra player.
Yeah, like I think just once again proving my point right about just Clip and V together with and Spud just backing up their plays in case they mess up a single play or a synergy between them two. It really doesn't matter at the end of the day. As long as Clip and V are on the field together, you can't really stop them. So unless you're going to demo V or just continuously bump Clip when he's trying to make a play, you really don't have much of a fighting chance, unfortunately. Obsidian Watch just being an extremely offensive team.
Oh,
No,
ring. News just in. We are getting a substitution. Speed Forsen will not be coming back in, but we do have a official fill-in that will be
that's
coming
right.
in for
That's
the next game.
Fox Clip, I believe, is the one that's coming in for this next game.
Love that game.
That'll be awesome because we also got a little bit of a ping here from Corlock. They may have had a dip on their side too, and I'm already looking forward to that game. My boy Onion's on that team, and it looks like Fox will also be filling in for them in the future. But going forward, we should have a more fair start game. We'll see if that changes the gameplay to have that 3 to start so they can at least shuffle. And you know, Fox will actually be on comms too, so this will be it should be a way better communicative game as well, so there's not as much fumbling for who gets the ball where and why and when. But I'm excited to see how this plays out. Maybe Zero can come back and Obsidian will actually get a challenge. But it is up to if James's team wants to perform or not.
Okay. All right. My team. No, technically speaking, all of these teams are my team. However, I do like Zero Strikers.
Pull that everyone's my baby.
Everyone's my baby. Everyone's my baby. But no, seriously, I do believe that Zero Strikers do have to get some aggression in them right now. I feel like they have to feel the fact that their backs are against the wall. They are in between a rock and a hard place, right? And they have to push forward. It's like that one competitive match where you're in like Diamond 3. You're almost a champ. You're almost a champ. You're Div 4. You got one more match. And if you can pull that out of your hat, you might be moving in the right direction that you want to be placed in. You get what I mean? So this is one of those moments now where they just have to pull themselves together, forget the last match that just happened, and keep moving forward.
I got one thing left to say about that. You're talking about it like they got to move a pebble, but it's not a rock. It's not a little shoulder, but it's a boulder that they got to get over. So when it comes to that combination between Vin and his boy, I don't know. I got to see it. You know, that's got to be. There's gonna be some There's gonna be some underdog gameplay that's got to happen here. That's all I'm saying.
Zeno, what are your thoughts?
Unless Zero Strikers can pull together a really strong defensive play and just get really good at counterattacking, Obsidian Watch is just going to keep demolishing them and just continue to, as they would say in the Blue Lock community, devour Zero Strikers. Obsidian Watch is going to take over, get that team takeover going early on. And we've seen that their scoring power starts early. It doesn't start late game. It doesn't start mid game. It starts as soon as, the announcer says go. So unless they can find a way to combat that, Obsidian Watch is going to take it. That's just my prediction.
Well, that's your prediction. My prediction is that Zero Strikers are going to have to pull something out there behind. So without further ado, ladies and gents, let's dive on into the maybe final match of this next matchup. Zero Strikers versus Obsidian Watch. Game number 3. Let's do it.
that he tried to disguise like he didn't just count his team out immediately.
I did.
love
I did.
that.
No,
I
seriously, I
love
did.
that he's fueling my aptitude right now. It's great as we start the game off with, of course, an Obsidian winning the kickoff too. So I'm just gonna keep on talking. Zero able to defend it at the last second there, though. No shot for them, but we got V going up for it. Spud right behind him. We're gonna see who's able to actually slam this thing in first. But it looks like, I mean, Zero has been consistently getting the first shot.
Archon pushing it back
and
in.
It looks like that happened off of the Spud self-clear there. What was
following
that,
back
bro?
up just like he does. Archon starting this game off with a bit of aggression, a bit of a chip on his shoulder, basically saying, Clip, listen, I'm going to show you exactly what I can do if you put this ball in front of this goal. I don't know Mihu pushing his own teammate out of the way, thinking he can get the nice backup. Archon with another defensive play, but Clip coming back and saying, you got yours, I got mine. Let's go at it.
It's absolutely insane, dude. Like just Clip always being there after V finishes his resets, and like I don't know if you guys been noticing, but V is doing multiple spirals and rotations on top of like I guess multiple reset attempts to like the third reset attempt, just making it
the
and then off the ting indeed. Speedy, what are your thoughts about just V's dribbling play and his passing to Clip?
Mechanics, fundamentals. These are the differences we're seeing between these two teams right now. I mean, we're just really seeing the fill-in here for FPS. I mean, Fox, my bad. For Fox right now. But at the end of the day, we're really trying to figure out who is best with their mechanics and the team play, because if that's anything we're seeing, that's a difference here for Zero. Is while they're being aggressive, they're using that last man to actually bump some people out of the way to make it a bit harder for Clips to actually finish and just slam this thing in like he's been doing consistently for the last two games.
Clip throwing it right over the head and putting it back in the net, not faking out one but two different opponents, and that right there, folks, is what we like to call the rope-a-dope.
Wow. Just amazing gameplay from Obsidian Watch all around. But this time Zero Striker still putting up somewhat of a fight. We got some nice rotations here from Clip coming up the wall. Fox trying to chase, gets a nice little cure here, but gets stuck on the roof. You know, and V coming up once again, starting his dribbling maneuvers. You know, I don't know me who, getting a nice little defensive maneuver right here. It's in front of the goal, and there you go. Clip just being there.
At it again, just being in the right place at the right time, getting those goals. And as a Rocket League player, I understand exactly how Clip feel right now. He can do no wrong. Any shot he wants to make, he can take. And right now, he is truly in a flow state.
Even though the score is looking as it is, they still have scored significantly less than they have in the last two games. And it is now we're about to hit the 2-minute marker, and they're not at 7 points. They're not at 8 points. They're at 4. Granted, I know Zero. You want to see them make more shots.
No, it's
but
okay.
It's really hard versus Clips, man. He's been very solid for every follow-up he's been a part of so far.
I feel like
whether that's the assist from Vi or the Vin, sorry. The assist from Vin or the straight up just play setter that Spud can do. Or, you know, he could actually just betray the team too. That's happened a couple times.
Coming in with another shot, even though he hopped it off the ting and couldn't quite get it fully in. Came back around and Clip got another shot, making it 5-1 with just 2 minutes left on the clock. I feel like it's more momentum. You know what I mean? I feel like Obsidian Watch truly has momentum going on right now. They truly have that can-do attitude. They're like, listen, we got our chances. We got a chance to put the ball in the net, and we got our groove going on. We got our rhythm. It's like boxing sometimes, you know what I mean? You got to have almost close there with the shot, but I don't know who didn't charge in for whatever reason. Clip coming around with a little soft tap, stopping the ball from going any further, trying to put it on the roof of his car. Lost boost midway through. Archon trying to bring it around town, setting it for another teammate, but the other two said no, and pushing it now back into the way of Obsidian Watch.
gonna get 3 SpongeBob memes because you started off. You hit 2 pretty strong. I was gonna see if you're gonna go for another SpongeBob meme right there.
I mean, I
but
could
we
go for
did just
another
see
one.
a triple block in front of the goal right there. Some crazy plays from Zero. I'll give you your little props. That was pretty cool. They did like a triple cross block there. They got Vin knocked up straight in the air, not able to follow that. Clips is not there to finish it, and Vin able to get it at the last second. Impossible angle right there. Couldn't do it unless it's an octane, in my opinion. That was a crazy tire shot. We're looking at 6-1, no minute left. We have 50 seconds left on the clock. Will we see some more scoring coming here? What a pitch from Zero right there. But Clipped able to just full clear this. He's going to be able to send it. Interrupted there. Okay, we're going to see what they can do with it. Fox able to get this as a set and cleared once again by V.
I don't mean
Vin.
the shot.
All of the names.
Just getting it by them there. That's absolutely insane. Just Vin and Clip just going at it together. The passes, the standalone shots. They're just a dominant duo. You're going to hear me say that a lot as long as Obsidian Watch has those two on the field. Just a dominant, overwhelming power duo right there. And we see Fox try to defend right there. I don't know who does a really nice job clearing. And here comes Archon. We got Vin coming down and trying to defend, trying to get that ball upfield. But we get a nice little deflection right here. Down to the last 5 seconds. Can they make something happen on one more goal? Just maybe, just maybe. Ooh, some rotation.
Folks, 7-1. Obsidian Watch with a clean sweep, ending Zero Strikers Day. Man, oh man, oh man. Talk about extravagant. Talk about wonderful. Talk about a beautiful matchup for no other than Obsidian Watch. I know they were happy about that one. We're gonna be moving on. We're gonna be moving on to the next one. So you guys are right. Obsidian Watch definitely took the win on that one. I'll give you your flowers. I will give you that one.
You're gonna give us that one?
I'm okay. All right. Obsidian Watch took that one. My apologies. My apologies.
All right, there we go. That's what we wanted. We wanted the
right.
full confirmation. Yeah, we needed all that.
Yeah, we needed the Google two-step.
We needed you to run those pockets as far as all the smack talk that you gave us to begin with. Thank you very much, sir. Oh wait, no, it was me that was smack talking because I know. But regardless, we're gonna recircle back to the actual stats here. Ended up being a and we're gonna call that, because we are running a best of 5, but we gave them an extra game because of how that first game was. That was clearly unfair going into a 2v3. So we gave them an extra game, and it still ended up being pretty much the same. So out of the best of 5, Obsidian definitely taking this one. Zero Strikers on the back burner here. We're able to improve every game. That's one thing we can say. Every game it was a bit different. They were able to improve more and more. Granted, just because of the disadvantage, but happy to see them at least fight at full strength towards the end. So what do you think about that, Nash?
You know, I called it already at the beginning. I wanted to give Zero Strikers some hope because they seemed like the more hype team, but Obsidian Watch just proving through their actions on the pitch that they're just a better team, more dominant, and you know, I feel like they're gonna be a dominant team once the series, this Rocket League series actually starts. They're gonna be the team to look out for. And honestly, I think we're gonna see them a lot in playoffs, a lot in those championship brackets later on. You know, I just think they're a top team. They're definitely a top contending team for sure.
I definitely agree with that. I feel like I can't wait to see them in the spring circuit tournament. That'll be the first tournament that comes up. It'll definitely be a competitive match to see exactly what they could bring to the table, what they could do, and if they can take home $500 and the invitation to the golden ticket to the NRLS championship game. Speaking of NRLS, guys, let's talk about one of our sponsors today, Tiger GK, doing all the decals for not only our team, but all 16 teams here affiliated with NRLS.
Yep, you know, I love Tiger GK's graphics. I love Tiger GK's designs. It's all beautiful. It's crisp. It's clean, and it shows up really well in game too. And that's also a big thing as well. Like, you can get the design down, but if your design is not implemented well into a software, it doesn't even matter at that point. So yes, one huge shout out to Tiger GK. Thank you so much for all your contributions, your blood, your sweat, your tears, and much, much more. And we hope you continue to make decals for us. And if you guys want your own decals, well, you know where to find Tiger GK. Just hit Tiger GK up on whatever contact info they put out, whatever social they put out, and get you some nice decals.
All right,
Also,
ladies.
check the
what's up?
bottom of the video. We'll have a link to their ways you could reach out to them in both the video and in the stream. So please check that out. We appreciate you. And also, shout out. We know you're in the chat. We appreciate you, Tiger.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Everything
awesome.
looks great.
Ladies and
Shiny.
gentlemen, the stadium is set. The players are ready to go. We have the next few players coming up to the stadium right now. Rift Ravens versus Nova Shift. Real quick before we start, guys, what are your predictions? I'm saying Nova Shift.
I gotta go with Rift Ravens this time. I don't know. There's just something about the bird that's calling me. I don't know. I gotta go with Rift Ravens.
Or the bird. You know what? I'm gonna go with James this time. I'm gonna go with Zero. I'm gonna squad with Zero this time because I squatted against him last time.
Okay,
Make it a little bit
okay.
more even
He's here
this
for the
time
cosmic
around.
explosion. He's here to fill up the. He was ready to shift gears. You know what I mean?
But speaking of shifting gears, please remember to drink water, guys. I know you get hyped just as much as we do, but we don't want any of you guys passing out on stream while you're enjoying this action. And please go ahead and leave a comment below if you enjoy any of this. Let's keep that hype going, and we appreciate you as we move on to the next stage.
Moving on to one of the one of the most showcase matches, one of the most promoted matches right now. We're gonna have Rift Ravens versus Nova Shift. I know you guys are ready for this. I know I'm ready for this. I know the players are ready for this. If the fans are ready for this, are you guys ready for it? Spam it in the chat that you're ready for this wonderful, beautiful matchup that's getting ready to happen. I think it's going to be an instant classic. If you want me to be honest, I think it's going to be an instant classic.
Real question is it going to be a hood classic?
Maybe.
I'm sorry,
Is it going to be a sponsored classic?
Ooh.
And I believe Epic is knocking at the door saying that you need to go ahead and push the video through, because this is probably the least amount of time I've ever seen you not make an epic joke, and I appreciate you.
No problem.
I appreciate
No
you
problem.
for
Yeah.
doing
No.
that.
I'm not gonna make an epic joke. We're not gonna go that far. But I can't promise you that in the main event I will not make an epic joke. I'm so sorry. It's just in my DNA. You know what else is in my DNA? Ready to watch this match up. That's what's getting ready to happen. Here we are, guys, in Dead Eye Canyon. Nova Shift, Rift Ravens. Here we go. Off on the kickoff. Deserved is actually coming off with a strong kickoff there. Nova Shift trying to push it a bit forward, but Extra Demon said no, not today. Passing it to his captain L7 with a pretty nice decal there today.
L7 not able to carry that fully, so we have a carry there from Demon. Dropped it, and a clear. Didn't catch the name there. We got a clear going there, though.
Nice. We got some good defensive action from Rift Ravens right here. Coming off the wall, trying to push up the field, but Nova Shift bringing it back. Rift Ravens bringing it back. Nova Shift going off the wall, tries to do a reset attempt, but kind of fails. I think that's Rift Ravens just having some really good defense right there. Another off the wall play right here. Ooh, now a successful reset, but it's blocked by 11.
Switching over to L7 for a second here real quick. Deserve knocking it back off of the wall, trying to push it back forward. And with a nice block right there for his captain, Fog RL, to push it forward. Can they do something nice with it? Elvin's shutting them down, but they're coming back in with a nice shot there. And here we are once again, 1-0, 4 minutes on the clock. Deserve pushing it forward. An Extra Demon trying to go for it, challenging it properly, seeing if he can push it forward, but whiffs it mid-air.
L7 on the prowl, trying to see if he can get something to go for his team, but Fog able to grab a little bit of a boost, so he'll be able to go up there and push this thing forward. Fog, once again, past the NCU, not able to throw that in. L7 able to get that block there. We're going into the Elvin, actually. That we just got corrected in chat. We got you, Elvin, and we're sorry. But we're going to make sure we have your name correct from now on. So Elvin went up for that one. Fog able to stop it. Deserve trying to push this forward. Deserve able to get it over Elvin there. L7 trying to get something to go, but Fog stopping that for a pass there. Was not expecting it. And Deserve not able to get there in time. NCU was going to be the receiver on that pass, not able to get to it.
What a shot got right over him
for the sniper shot. Ooh.
Extra Demon with an extra juicy shot there, ladies and gentlemen. And we're coming right back on kickoff. NCU trying to make a little play with Deserve and putting it in the back of the hoop. Here we are again. I said hoop, but it's goal, and you know exactly what I meant. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call true Rocket League.
Hey, Naj, get your boy Deserve. Get your boy Deserve. Why he on the wall like that? What is he doing, man?
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but he was stuck on the wall right there again and left his teammates defenseless at the net. Now it's tied up 2-2. 2 minutes and 48 seconds left on the clock. Let's see who wins this kickoff right here. Oh, nice little 50-50, but Fog wins the kickoff. But we got some nice rotations here up on the wall, but Fog counters that right now. But Extra doing a nice wall defense, picking up boost right here in front of the net, but Elvin just blocks it out. But Nova's just coming back on the wall, doing some rotations, maybe a reset. Sits it in front of the goal, flicks it, but cannot get it off.
Yeah, I don't know why his teammate was sitting a bit idle right there. They got the goal anyways, but I felt like they could have got it a little bit sooner if NX and or if Fog got a little bit more aggressive on that one. Deserve kind of did a lot just to put the ball right there in front of the goal. Trying to get a little flip. I couldn't quite get the reset off completely. Pushing it a bit forward. Here we go right now. RL7 pushing it back up on this one.
Nova trying to get this clear out of this corner here, push this forward away from their danger zone. Rift Ravens not giving them the opportunity to get an easy shot in, but they are leading. We're going to see how Nova responds. Rift being able to push that off Elvin for that block off to try to center it, not able to get it, and another block there, this time by Demon. We're going to see if there's still no push. Another block, man. They're doing a lot of combativeness here center as we watch these two fight midair. This is the game we were kind of looking for last when it came to Zero versus Obsidian, but there just was not as much air fighting here. But almost every shot attempt or return here is been combated. Oh, almost another pass there off of Deserve, trying to get this thing to his teammate, but not able to get it clear. Oh, that looked like a misread, but they did get to clear it there, and it looks like this is another push for Nova.
Now, I gotta figure out if Rift Ravens can actually pull something out within the next minute to seal the deal and push this thing either into overtime or try to get that last minute shot. I'm not sure if they can do it. Zeno, what are your thoughts on this one?
So there's a lot of back and forth going on right now between the two teams, and that's what you want to see. You want to see the two teams just, be evenly matched, going back and forth, and it just really comes down to who's going to make the first slip up. Right now we got Nova Shift leading from 3 points, and Rift Ravens at 2 points with almost 30 seconds left on the clock. Nice block by L7 right there. Ooh, I think that was a mistake pinch, an incidental pinch right there from Nova Shift. It seems like Rift Ravens trying to get the ball up the field, but just can't. Nova Shift bringing it back down the field, trying to send it back on the other side of the pitch right here. And there goes, what, our first demo? Or our first couple demos of this series right now. And it's hard to know when to do a proper demo. Usually you want to do it when the opposition takes an offensive stance so you can stop the play. But sometimes doing a demo might be a little bit unnecessary because you'll send the opposition deny.
Yeah, now you got to ran through it, but it's cool. It's fine. It's perfectly fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Your birds didn't fly. It's fine. It's fine. The Nova Shift has decided to explode. It's fine. It's fine. We're not named Supernova or anything, but we'll definitely bring it to you. It's fine. It's fine. Maybe you should caw. Maybe that'll help your team fly a bit more because they're not doing a lot of
you want this man
bird-like
to caw?
things, man.
I think Rift Ravens will get a call if they win the next set of match. I think if they win the next match, they'll definitely get a call out of me for sure. But right now, I think they need to fly first. They need to get out of the bird cage and just fly, and then they'll get a call from.
I don't know if that was a Freebird reference or an
I'm
area
not sure what that was.
Hey, listen, if you know, you know, chat. If you know, you know.
Well, I do know this for certain. Nova Shift came out with the win on that one, but Rift Ravens didn't take it lying down either. They actually put in the fight for it. They put in the work for it, and I believe they might come into this next matchup. And even though I'm going for Nova Shift, they might come in here with a win. Who knows? But I know Nova Shift is also not going to take that lying down either. They're also going to take it and they're going to push it back, and they're going to do everything that they can in order to move forward. So I'm interested to see how this next matchup goes. Speedy, what are your thoughts? What do you think will happen in this next matchup as we're getting everybody set up?
Well, as Nova has exploded into a supernova, if you've ever seen one of those things explode, they just create more explosions. So my professional opinion with you, because you're also voting for this team, I think we're going to continue to make explosions, and the birds won't be able to keep up because there's too many things blowing up around them. You know, they kind of need stable air to be able to fly, you know. But otherwise, on a more serious note, I do think that the best chance the Rift Ravens has is really shutting down that air comfortability that Nova seems to have already. That may be just the best shift for Rift Ravens to be able to change the tide, or at least the tempo of comfortability in the upcoming game. But as far as Nova goes, they just need to keep doing what they're doing. But take those shots. I feel like they had a lot of, like you were saying earlier, they had a lot of shots that they could have just slammed in to confirm that win, but it ended up being way closer than it needed to be to finish that off.
Yeah, I honestly think that Rift Ravens going into the next match, they just need to do what they were doing before, but just do it a little bit more, do it a little bit better, and just tweak some things here and there. There wasn't too much that they really messed up on. It was just Nova Shift found, a surefire way to get that last point and just solidify their win. But the cool thing about Rift Ravens is that there's Rift in their name, so they're going to be Rift walking. They're going to be rifting through the supernovas and all the explosions. Just powering their way through. But we'll just have to wait and see.
Leave it to Zeno to actually make my analogies sound lame. Wow, that you did it. You genuinely did it. I don't want to use the analogy anymore. Nope. It sounds lame now.
All right. Well, since we're talking about Rift Ravens and Nova Shift, let's shift into gear, ladies and gentlemen, and let's do exactly what we came here to do. Let's see who is going to win match number 2, Rift Ravens or Nova Shift. Here we go.
Got Neon Tokyo too.
I love this map so much. Like I don't care what anybody says. This is my favorite map in all of Rocket League. Neo Tokyo is just the greatest map. The lights, the buildings, the cities, and of course the announcer. I get to buy it. Ooh, and we got our first goal by Rift Ravens, just taking it to Nova Shift.
That's it. That's what I vote is the quickest shot in the thing. The quickest official shot. That's it right there. I don't care what you say or your vote is. That is the quickest shot we've had so far. That was within the first 10 seconds of the game. All right, that's it. You can continue to talk.
Well, speaking of quick shots, Nova Shift seemed to be trying to get a little quick shot here, trying to tie it back up again like they did in the first match, and they did a very good job of it. Extra Demon couldn't get to it, and here we are with Scratch Khan. By the way, we did have a substitution. We have Scratch Khan in now, along with Deserved and Fog RL. We got a quick little break for one of their teammates, trying to get and see how everything works with communication-wise, see if we can get something nice going on here.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the things. I'm sorry, I heard him do a song there when he was reporting the first thing, so I thought I should add on to that. But we're trying to see how these teams respond. We're getting a lot more aerial combat here, and that's what we love to see. Just no clear facet or way to just push this thing in because there's too many people cross-chopping it and moving it, just trying to flip reset off the ball, trying to push this thing going in all directions. Okay, we're just watching this go crazy right now. We have Nova just doing some crazy defense here. It is still on their side. They're trying to get this thing to push back towards the other way, but the Rift Ravens are all over them, not letting anything happen. True Scramble is going to probably be the Nova's best thing. Off the shot, will he get it? Oh, Elvin able to touch it at the last second and stop that. Would have been probably the sniper shot of the night. With what was he? Where was he? He was before the midpoint of the map.
Woo!
Just shooting that.
Got it off the ting and tried to block it out, and they got it back in.
Ting right there is so crazy, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who don't know, Rocket League has added in a sound effect when the ball hits one of the edges of the goal.
Sorry to cut you off on that one, but Fog RL telling him, this is why I'm here. This is why I'm hot. I'm hot because I'm fly. You ain't because you not. And right now, it is not an edge in this game at all, guys. It is tied up 2-2 with 3 minutes left on this clock here. We got Fog RL trying to set something up nice for Soft, but he couldn't get anything in there. 7 trying to push it back up just a little bit more, and he got a little boost on that one and put it right over him, popping it straight up. Elvin has no juice in the tank to put that back in, and here we are resetting once more. It's kind of a little back and forth game we got going on here.
Looks like there was an attempt at a demo there, but Rocket League decided to be Rocket League and say, yeah, well, he got it at the last second, and he did not have boost trail, and decided to just leave that person alive, so there was no play left there for R7 off of the recovery. So now we're kind of pushed far into Rift Raven's side, but they're able to get that over their defender. One more tap is there, and Fog able to block it at the last second. Demon pushes it back in, and Demon for the shot off Rift Raven.
I believe that's Demon's, what, second shot of today?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that is the second shot of the day. You know, one thing I've been noticing is that when you're shooting the ball, especially in pro settings for Rocket League, you don't really go for the middle of the goal unless it's wide open. Usually when there's somebody defending the goal, you want to go for the corners. So that's the high corners or that's the bottom corners. And it's just so hard to defend it when it's like, especially when it's coming at high speeds too, because it's like, see, look, exactly my point right there.
Shots to defend, ricocheting it off of the top of his opponent's car, giving himself a little shot here, and here we are with a 4-2 lead and a minute to go. Guys, I honestly think that this might be the match here. This might be Rift Raven's match to call, and I feel like Nova Shift might have to reconcile here, see exactly what went wrong. Can they make any adjustments in order to push things forward and, you know, kind of bounce back from this loss?
Hey, Naj, get your boy Elvin, bro. Why is he dunking on my players like that? You know what? Don't worry about it. Deserve's going to come back, bro. Deserve is going to come back. He was kind of an underlier for one of the
Talk
team
about
leads
coming back. The captain came from the back of the field, from covering into pushing the ball forward, making it 5-2 with 1 minute and 8 seconds left. This is truly surprising for me. I didn't think it would be one-sided in this matchup.
It looks like we are watching just a revival here. They're doing their best to say, no, you're not allowed to go away with that win for a 1 lead. A 2-3 lead is not acceptable here, and the birds have cawed. So it looks like we're gonna hear a call from Naj going into this next game, because I just don't see them making 3 shots in 30 seconds.
Oh, so close with the one shot, but it tinged off the back. That possibly could have been something of a revival right there, but they couldn't get it in. They couldn't at least get a shot for momentum for the next game. And Fog and Deserve getting into a little kerfuffle there over in that corner, giving their opponents an extra little boost there, with Elvin trying to do a little juggle, passing it back to its captain, setting it up for extra Demon, but he's just too far in the back with 5 seconds left to go. And here we are still keeping it up, keeping it off the wall right now. They're trying to get...
Wow. Yeah, my guys, Rift Ravens just came back. Like I said before, all they had to do was just tweak a little bit of things here and there, and they just had to just stay consistent with their play style. And guys, that deserves a caw. Yeah, there you go. You got it out of me.
Chat, was that enough? For you
was that satisfying? Chat, was that satisfying? I mean, no. It's cool. Every time, remember, every time they win, he's gonna caw. So we definitely have Rift Ravens right now with that extra juice in the tank, making a win, and now making the series 1-1. That is something unprecedented right now in this moment, mainly because of how lackluster the end of that match was in the first match, now coming into the second one, basically claiming it for their own, saying that, hey, this is my turn. It's my time to shine. There's nothing you can do about it. And not only winning, but winning in such a dominant fashion. I mean, come on, that's crazy. Or am I wrong?
I don't know. It's just it's a lot of thought there. It's a lot to unpack there with just how Rift Ravens came back and Nova Shift, just struggling to get back there. It's actually it's a little bit of an upset if you think about the scores, because Nova Shift definitely proved to be the more dominant team, but then Rift Ravens just came back out of nowhere. It's like an RKO. It just came out of nowhere. So it's really anybody's game in this next match. And I can't wait to see it. I love even match games. It's more fun and it's harder to anticipate. And all you can do is just sit there and just hope and watch and anticipate what is going to happen next.
The three most dangerous letters in the WWE is RKO, and the four most dangerous letters in Rocket League is NRLS. Speaking of NRLS, let's talk about one of our sponsors really quickly, QB Syndicate Gaming. Gaming that is for women, by women, in every aspect of the game. Xenoblade, give us more information on QB Syndicate Gaming if you could.
So QB Syndicate Gaming was founded by a lovely lady named Raven Grant. So she's currently undergoing a esports and business degree at Full Sail University, and she wants to take those expertise that she's learning from that curriculum and implement it into her own business. I've heard that she did one of her first events with our lovely CEO and founder of Nex-Gen Gaming Zero for a throwback festival that was thrown by our guy Speedy at Full Sail University as well, and that was a big hit. She then later on went to host a Valorant tournament, which that was also a success as well, and then I just so happened to help her run a recent Rocket League tournament with Nex-Gen being one of our sponsors. And actually, for those of you who don't know, Nex-Gen Gaming and QB Syndicate Gaming are actually recent partners. So you're going to be seeing QB Syndicate Gaming help us out with a lot of stuff and vice versa. But yeah, shout out to QB Syndicate Gaming. Thank you so much for sponsoring this stream and partnering with Nex-Gen Gaming. And we hope to see more lady gamers out on the pitch as well.
Speaking of the pitch, I think it might be time to hop back on this pitch, guys. Rift Ravens, Nova Shift, game number 3. There's nothing else to do. There's nothing else to say. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, are you guys ready? Because I am excited.
Are you ready, Speedy? Are you ready for your team to get beat?
Oh.
Well, we did have a couple requests for the server change too, so that is why we took a little bit of extra time for commentary and to thank our sponsors, guys. Just to keep you guys in the loop, we're not trying to hide nothing from you. We're just trying to get you hyped for the next things that are coming. And both these teams can be even more hyped to go ahead and hit each other as hard as they can with the ball and with each other's cars. And we're going to see if we get some more demos here, because like Zeno said earlier, we only really got 1 or 2 in the entirety of the game. So we usually see a lot more demos and higher tier gameplay just to clear that goal out when trying to take a shot. So we're going to see if they utilize any of that, or if we have somewhat of a similar game to the first one to where it's really close. I'm very interested to see if we get another close game, but yeah.
Fantastic. Here we are, folks. Let's get it on. Kickoff is about to start. Rift Ravens, Nova Shift. Here we go.
All right, here we go. We're in. Kickoff started. So let's see who gets it first.
Elvin.
Oh, Elvin gets it first. Nice. And we have Fog trying to take it down the field, but he actually kind of messed up his little sequence right there. But it's all good. Yeah, Elvin hitting it back up, but Fog is there to just take it away. Now we're going up the wall. Rift Ravens bringing it back down, but Fog meets him in the middle. But they're failing to get it back on their side of the pitch or get into the goal. But never mind, I spoke to
Extra Demon starting off with a goal of his own, making it 1-0, carrying that momentum from the game before. Let's see how Nova Shift can respond to this one, because boy, oh boy, they're starting on the back foot for this one.
This one, R7 already trying to set this one up. Fog RL trying to push it back towards the attempt, but Fog got the carry in, but used the teammate to finish. First trader goal we've seen so far on stream, guys. And it just was unfortunate timing and placement on Riff Raven's side. No, not Riff Raven's side. On Nova's side there.
You gotta hate that, you know, they were playing so well and that their momentum was killed not by the other team but by their own selves. They got a little bit aggressive, they got a little bit greedy, they didn't trust each other on this one sequence right here, and it led it to Riff Ravens getting an own goal and Nova Shift evening up the score. Like, once again, we got Fog RL pushing the ball a little bit forward, trying to get it over L7, and got a little bump over there by his own teammate, almost pushing the captain out of the way and giving them a goal. L7 pushing it a bit further up, and Deserve popping it back off the wall for his cap as they're trying to push it up just a little bit further.
Can we talk about how Fog RL is low-key just trying to get people to hold this?
I mean, listen, one of the best things you could do is be patient in Rocket League, right? Everybody is always rushing to get a goal. Everyone is always trying their best to get a goal. Sometimes most people, you'll get like a couple players that'll actually be thinking while they're playing the game, and the others is like, nah, the opportunity has to present itself. Then you have those few who, when they are patient, they'll sit there, they'll watch you make your mistake, and they'll make you pay for it.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, patience is definitely a virtue, not just in life, but also in Rocket League. Definitely don't want to be caught ball chasing. Definitely don't want to be caught messing up a play when all you had to do was just wait an extra second. And especially when you wait to hit the ball, sometimes players just go flying past the ball, and then now you have a free shot, you know?
Well, this match right
all
here,
you had to do was follow the train, CJ. I mean, follow the ball,
okay.
CJ. I mean, catch the ball, CJ.
well, this game seems pretty, you know, intense right now. It's definitely pretty even Steven. These teams right here are, oh, what a shot that would have been if L7 could have gotten it just off the tip of his tire.
Not being patience there. Flipped a little too fast and just barely missed the goal by like a literal centimeter.
So we got Nova Shift right here, bouncing it off the wall, getting it upfield. We're starting to see Nova Shift get better at getting the ball upfield successfully, rather than just being like stuck in a corner. But that was an amazing shot from Riff Ravens, but Nova Shift.
Amazing save. He didn't even have the angle, and he put himself in the right spot in order to do such, and that's what I would like to call tenacity from the captain of Nova Shift.
I disagree. I call it fundamentals. Know where your car gonna hit ball, then hit the ball.
I mean, that makes sense too, you know? We got Deserve trying to push the ball back around, and 11 with a demolition. Extra Demon went and grabbed the snag, the boost. But the question is, will the boost do him justice, or will it just be a waste of space as they watch the ball go in for Nova Shift?
I say we get another shot attempt at a sniper shot there. Fog still able to set that. No one there, but TCU a little bit too far behind to be able to get there, to be able to finish that shot off. Deserve trying to push this thing forward, and we got L7 clearing it. NCU trying to set something there. Fog, but not able to get to it off of the stop there by Elvin stopping it once again. L7 once again being able to push this one forward. Demon trying to get something else set. It's 1-1, the longest tie-up we've seen so far. And as soon as I said that, we got a cross shot at the last second by Fog, and not able to get to it there for Demon as the main drop back there to try and block that on Riff Raven's side.
Man, that's pretty freaking crazy. Zeno, I know like the back and forth, like, do you feel like the fact that, you know, Nova Shift themselves was able to get the shot off and break the back and forth with 30-something seconds left to go, and now we're at 14, do you feel like that this is the reason why Nova Shift might carry on this momentum and be a better team in the next match than the ones they are right now?
Yeah, high possibility that Nova Shift will carry this momentum, you know, and it's just proving that they can stay consistent and just keep the ball in their court and in their favor. But we're at 0 seconds right now. Riff Ravens did a pretty good job at keeping the ball off the ground right there. If they just were able to get their passing down a little bit more, Nova Shift wouldn't have had the opportunity to just smack the ball into the ground, causing the game to end. And Riff Ravens to 1, Nova Shift to 2.
R7 was the last receiver for that play, ended up dropping the ball literally, and
Okay. All right. All right. All right.
Oh no,
evenly
Cat.
could not keep it up. Also, not meant to be a phallic joke there, but here we are.
Dropped
But
the ball.
dropped the ball. Anyways, um, beautiful plays there. It very close game. Like I was saying, I was hoping we could have another game like that first one, to where it's only really a one tap win, and both teams are playing at the the best that they can for defensive prowess as well as offensive. We just saw a little too many mistakes there by Riff Raven, and Nova able to respond to at least one of those mistakes was enough, including that starting trader goal. First one we've seen so far. Unfortunate for Riff Ravens as far as defensive possibilities could have went there. I don't know if it was a trust thing like what Zero said earlier, or if it was just unfortunate placement off of coming back with not enough juice to actually adjust the way his car was in front of the goal. But only the cards will tell as we move into the next game.
Zeno, any thoughts on this one? This upcoming match right here.
So, it's rivalry match. The rumors have been surfacing a little bit. It's been reaching to my ears, and this next match, it's gonna be a doozy. I think it's gonna be even more back and forth than Nova Shift and Rift Ravens. If I had to jumble it all into one sentence.
What do you mean more? Nova Shift, Rift Ravens. You know what I mean? Like this is game 4 for them right now. You know what I mean? So trying to understand, how can it be even more competitive than what they are right now?
When it gets down to the wire, the last game, the last push, they're all just gonna leave it out on the line. And I think if they can understand, like, hey, let's just put it all out there. They're gonna just take their skills to the max, reach that peak, in hopes that they don't plateau mid-game. That's what I think where I was going with that.
Okay. All right. Well, speculation is done. Players are already locked in. The regions are set. And here we go for Rift Ravens, Nova Shift. Game number 4.
Don't forget to hydrate, folks.
Never forget to hydrate. We're getting our tires warmed up. Kickoff starts. Ooh, and Nova Shift clearly wins the kickoff right here, but it somehow ends up back on their side. See, it's not always about winning the kickoff at times. Sometimes you gotta figure out, okay, after the kickoff happens, what are we gonna do with this ball? So Rift Ravens, we got a solo fight, a 1v3 fight actually from Rift Ravens right here, and doing somewhat of a good job holding it down, but his teammates here to back him up. Nova Shift trying to get it up the field. Yeah, the flicks definitely help get the ball up the field. Some nice fast plays right here, but Rift Ravens was quick to respond with the defense. Open net right here. Can Elvin set his teammates up right here? We'll have to see. Full boost, wall taps, but Nova Shift gets back on the defense.
Rift Ravens are really on that push right now, trying to get that first goal to try to set that tone. That's basically saying, hey, we're here, we're not trying to joke around, and this is exactly how we want to do this. We're trying to bang it into the back of the net.
R7 definitely trying to set something up, ended up with a smooth whiff. Another one there by Fox trying to push this thing in, not able to get it to go. And it's still on possession side for Nova, though, having a lot of control over the ball. Feels like it's just a matter of time before they go ahead and pull something crazy out of the hat. What a pinch there by Fog, ready for that pass there. Can they get to it? Elvin able to block it at the last second, but it's still in defensive position. It's still on Rift Raven's side. Can Nova push this thing in, or can Rift decide to just go ahead and use the power of the bird and push this thing forward? Is it a shot there? But no, blocked by Deserved. Able to get it out by the last second. R7 not able to, L7, sorry, not able to get to it. And Elvin goes up for this, trying to get some type of flick there, not able to aim it at the goal. Deserved taking his time with this, off the pinch there by Fog, trying to make sure that something happens. Able to get this to the side, but ultimately denied by R7. Going up for that little bit of a cheeky flick, trying to get that pass in, able to get it over. Extra Demon not able to push it in, and Elvin flubbing the pass there as Deserve comes back for the shuffle. Deserve is going up for it and bringing it over all three and dunked it in for the first shot of the game, almost 3 minutes in. And that sets the tone for Nova going in for the next few.
That. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. I am out of words for that insane 1v3. Okay, I know I'm rooting for Rift Ravens, but Nova Shift definitely gained 1,000 aura for that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Well, talking about 1,000 aura, this man has 1,000 dribbles on the top of his head right now, literally trying to push it forward, trying to put his team in the best situation possible. L7 got a little one-on-one with Deserve, kind of lost juice midway up, and just placed it basically back in the front for them, giving them a decent push so they can set things up together. Kind of got the block right there for L7, but they're still in dangerous territory right now as they're really catching pressure on them. Extra Demon trying to push it a bit forward, and we got a demolition right there. Elvin is currently out for a little bit. Can they maximize the opportunity that they have right now?
I'd say coming in on the 50-cent line, 1,000 dribbles definitely sounds like something he would put in a song. Many dribbles. But they are both showing some prowess. Oh, this may be a shot right there.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Elvin just too far up off that side flick.
Wow.
Fox hitting that quick shot off the side. Tough. Not Fox. Fog hitting that quick shot off the top. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name, brother. But we are doing the thing. Enough.
You know, I think he heard you butchering his name. I think he heard you butchering his name, and he quite literally just said, put some respect on my name. Fog RL is showing us exactly what the RL stands for in his name, and that stands for this is Rocket League.
Oh man, we're seeing a little bit of lagging there from Scratch side. Sorry for the disconnect button right there. We're doing our best to make sure this is smooth. Fog pushing that out off of the back bumper there, actually saying that this is not an issue for him. Extra for the shot, just perfect pass to Deserve. What is he going to do with it? Passes it to Fox. What is Fox going to do? Nope, nothing. He's just got demoed. They're not playing double demo there. And we are looking at a bit of a miscommunication. Will this end up turning into a shot? For another shot for Nova is a question here, but we're looking at 0-3, 30 seconds left. Scratch trying to push this thing forward. Elvin Deserve for the deny there. We're going for another shot here. Fox 18 seconds left and not able to Fog not 15 seconds left, not able to push this the way that they are trying to get it to go as far as Rift Ravens goes. And this may just be the end. 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more shot to add disrespect off of the demo.
Whoa. We just got a couple of disconnects here. Whoa. And
we don't promote unsportsmanlike disconnects, guys. That's not how we do it.
I understand. I get it. It was 2 seconds left on the clock. Trust me. I completely understand the frustration. What's the point of playing through? But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, it's a competitive scene. It's a competitive nature. Everyone gets high in emotions when things happen like this, but what we don't want to do is show unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, like, I understand that esports as a whole, there's a lot of feelings involved. There's a lot of passion involved, you know, and we all just love to play video games, you know, and it's rare that we get opportunities like, you know, like Nex-Gen Gaming hosting a Rocket League Series, you know, but at the end of the day, and I know most people don't want to hear this, but at the end of the day, it is just a video game, you know, nothing to crash out over, nothing to break your expensive PC equipment over, you know. I know lots of us lost controllers, monitors, tables. I'm looking at some of y'all, like, it's not worth it. So please always show sportsmanship no matter where you go, no matter where you are.
Especially if you're in a league. So we will definitely be talking to Rift Ravens on that one. But congratulations on your win there, Nova. You did well, and as we move into the next thing, we're not going to let the The rage quit here set the tone for the rest of the tournament, guys. If you have enjoyed what we've gotten and what we've done and what we're doing so far, don't forget to leave comments down there. I see a bit of combative talking here. Echo and Corlock already going at each other's throats in the chat before we even start up here. Okay, I see how it is. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw my hat in the ring here. I got Corlock on this one, man. My boy Onions.
I was going to say that's just because Onions on the captain over on Corlock. That's the only reason
maybe
why
I like
you got
colors.
Corlock.
You don't know. I mean, like the colors too. You don't know, but I'm feeling Corlock on this one.
No, like, nah, that's crazy. I'm just thinking about what you said.
Freaking this guy.
This guy.
Nah, so for me, I definitely have Echo Circuit. I remember when I first met Lancelot, captain of Echo Circuit. Him and I, we had a pretty solid conversation, you know. And this guy right here, he's really good. He's really talented. And even though he doubts himself from time to time, you know what I mean? He's still one of the best players, I feel, in this league that we have going on right now.
Nah, yeah, I heard lots of good things about Lancelot too. You know, him being a knight of the round table and all. But you know, like I heard lots of
Okay.
chat is too easy. I'm telling you right now, it's too easy. But no, I'm excited for this next game. Like I said, rivalry match, another one coming up. Definitely going to see a lot more back and forth between the individual players and the teams as a whole. Speedy, who do you have in this next match? You got Echo Circuit or you got Corlock?
I think he said he had Corlock on this one.
Yeah, I couldn't remember.
I said that at least 3 times. I know
Okay.
you got that.
My fault.
Brain of you got that short-term memory of being
Guys,
it's fine.
it's bad.
You know,
It's really bad.
All right. No. He definitely said he had Corlock on this upcoming match, mainly because of, you know, Onion being over there, which Onion is a solid player too. Yeah. I've had the opportunity to play with Onion and trust and believe he's no joke. I'm definitely saying that even though Echo Circuit will win, it definitely will be a fight. And they do have a mountain to climb, and that mountain named is Onion.
Can't believe
for sure.
So much stuff already, and we ain't even started again. Onion finna hand you your socks, my guy. He's finna hand you your socks, and you're gonna regret saying Echo Circuit's gonna do whatever they gonna do, and I'm gonna sit here laughing and cackling because it's gonna be a giggle for me. It's gonna be great because I already know Onion's finna take this home. It may not be a full like blowout, but I know for a fact that this is gonna be intense the whole time. So I don't want to let you sit here and say I know Echo Circuit's gonna win. That's not. All
right. Well, how about this?
That is wild to assume that. You know,
enough of the accusations, enough of the assumptions. They're telling us they're ready. I know that we're ready. I know that the people they're ready. So without further ado, our main event of the inning of the ending. Excuse me.
Wait, hold on. We got one more sponsor. Got one more sponsor.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay, so I am Speed360. Hello, I am also direct brand push for the Gaming Dojo. The Gaming Dojo has a multitude of things it does, but one of the biggest is an esports branch. Much like the Syndicate, much like NGG or Nex-Gen. We are also a proud partner with Nex-Gen as well, as far as sponsor, and we are not launching until next year, so don't expect to really see anything or have invites there, but do watch out for little pop-up events, whether that's hand in hand with Nex-Gen, hand in hand with Syndicate, or maybe we'll do something with all three. That is a question for the future, but it won't be the first or last time you see Speedy pop in and help out with, if not just casting, then a whole bunch of other things as well. I was also a part of that first tournament that the Syndicate did. I was the lead caster for that, also for the Rocket League tournament as well. And like Zeno said earlier, definitely was the main creator of the Throwback Festival, amongst a team of four very strong compatriots for the community and everything that has to do with the community. And I couldn't say that I love them any more than I do now, except I can. I love those guys, and I want us to continue to do cool things. And cool things are events that you guys can participate in. So we hope to see you over at the Gaming Dojo when that launch is for late next year, so we can have some more fun, whether that's hand in hand with Next Gen, hand in hand with Syndicate, or just a Dojo sponsored event. But yes.
Fantastic. Well, for the thousands in attendance and the millions at home, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble. We have Echo Circuit versus Corlock. Let's get into it. Game number 1.
We just got a ping from our beautiful man DJ in the background. You may need to turn your gain up because you are cutting out when you scream 0. Got it.
Got it. Well, I mean, I haven't been screaming much more, but I might scream right now because Mr. Monkey coming in with the very first shot of the game, making Corlock the leaders of this first match.
So we're starting off this pitch with the win by, I believe, Corlock. We got some nice boost usage right here. Boost usage is very important, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't been playing Rocket League or know how important it is, because you don't want to just use it all in one go. Sometimes you gotta like use it in spurts. You gotta use it when you have to get the ball up the field faster. But we're seeing lots of good defensive play here from Echo Circuit, but a nice dominance flip to, I think, one of the Corlock's players right here. But nice defensive play by J-Rock right here. I think J-Rock is mainly a defensive player. I'm not sure. What do you guys think?
I think he might be more of a solid defensive player there, and for the Corlock player that you're talking about, a dominance and taking the ball and putting it in the back of the net. Talk about Corlock truly leading this 2-0. Onion is by far one of the best dominance players that we have here. But Foxclip decided to take the reins on that one. But I do feel like J-Rock is a defensive player. But if he is, he's not doing very well on defense right now as we speak, because they are down 2-0 and they're making it look easy.
Onion seems to be being caught out a lot without boost. We're kind of witnessing it here. He used the last little 20% he had to be able to get this off the roof and still wasn't able to quite get to it. Boost management and juice management is very important to be able to get these players to get to the ball or combat in the air the way it needs to be. But we're seeing a lot less actual fighting in the air here. We're seeing a lot more ground play, and they're just kind of letting the ball fall where it needs to be. So I wonder if that'll pick up the more comfortable these guys get with shuffle, the more comfortable they get with actually flipping, because we are still on that first game. The mention earlier for first win was literally just for the first goal, guys.
What a demo, and there they are with their very first shot by J-Rock, kind of putting that ball back in the back of the net while his other teammate getting the demo, putting it 1-2 with 3 minutes left to go.
Corlock winning the pinch right there first off, and then Monkey comes in with the demo to Echo Circuit. J-Rock trying to push it up. There's a pinch from both the oppositions. There's a Monkey tries to do a deflection but can't get to it. We have Lancelot trying to hit the ball up, but the ball is now on the other side of the pitch. Coming off the wall here, Echo Circuit taking it downfield, does a successful job. He's going to ride the wall right here, does a flip, gets it past Onion, but Monkey, once again, is always there. I think Monkey is the defensive counterpart on the Corlock team.
Definitely looking at a defensive MVP on the Monkey way right now. We are also looking as, remember, we had a substitute there for Fox to come in here, so we do have Fox here for the fill-in on Corlock, and it doesn't look like that's slowing them down any, and that is just beautiful as we get to see Fox really show out and not just in the last bout. So we have a little bit of a redemption round for him as well. Onion for that set, trying to get this thing pushed forward, but overall blocked and stopped there by Azar. Azar just being all over the ball as far as making sure that there's no easy shots to be made. What a pinch off that back tire there. I couldn't catch the player who did that one, but it was
That was Azar.
definitely
That was definitely.
that was Azar.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
that was Azar trying to hit him with the double tap, trying to put it in the back of the net, but got stopped, I believe, by Fox Clip there.
Interesting plays going on
Beautiful
right
read
now.
there, both sides.
Onion
Oof,
Ring
almost.
almost hitting it in the back of the net, but he couldn't quite get his car turned in the right direction to have the perfect angle.
That's a lot coming off the wall, trying to do some aerials right now, but neither team that was challenging in the air was able to make anything of that. Echo Circuit still trying to push for a score, but Onion blocks it. Another shot attempt right here, but unsuccessful. Some boost was gained right here, bringing it down midfield.
Oh, with the
tries to do
curve
it.
on, and
It
there it is in the
worked!
back of the net. It's 2-2 with 52 seconds left, and this right here is what we call a very, very interesting game.
Beautiful as we're watching as Azar is just utilizing all of the ground game that he's just, it feels kind of like free 99 that he's able to just kind of use these perfect little catches to utilize break shots here. Onion Ring trying to respond back with something, but once again caught with no boost in the tank, so there's just not a lot he can do to stay on the ball. Lancelot hitting that right there. We got Jurok coming in, fire, but not able to push it. Lancelot trying his best to get this to go forward, but once again able to change this tempo here, and we have another shot attempt there, but from Core, this time coming from Monkey, but not able to get it over the defense here for Echo. Got 3 seconds left, 2, 1, and looks like we may be going into overtime, and we're going into overtime. Neither team able to find their tempo. 2-2. And we're gonna see how long it takes them to respond.
Man. This is the first overtime of the.
This is the first overtime.
Series?
No, this is the. I believe this is the first time we've went to overtime and never. Oh wow! Echo Circuit taking home the very first win of this series right here, guys. And yeah, it was the very first overtime, but obviously it wasn't the longest. With about 10 seconds into it, making a shot.
Yeah, that
beautiful.
Exactly, taking the words right out of my mouth. That was really beautiful. That was a really good first match. Even better than, and no hate to those two other teams, but even better than Rift Ravens and Nova Shift right there. Just an increase of gameplay from both sides, both offensive and defensive. These teams are just getting started. That's the cool part. These two teams are just getting started, getting revved up, getting warmed up, and their first game was almost a 5-minute overtime.
No, it was
like,
just
no.
It was a 10 second. It counts down. It was a 10-second overtime.
Oh, guys, I'm still getting familiar with how the time on the UI works on the overtime. You know, it still doesn't make sense to me, but that's just my personal skill issue.
You're perfectly fine. But before we start this second matchup here, we're gonna take a short intermission, try to get everything sorted and situated, and we'll see you guys in a bit. Welcome back from our breaks, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Zero Gravity here with Zeno and Speedy. And as we just took our short, but, you know, and I'm going to say this with all pun intended, speedy break, we are ready for the second matchup for Echo Circuit versus Corlock.
Yeah, I can't wait for Onion to dunk on your team, bro. I can't wait for Onion to dunk on your team, bro. I can't wait.
Big tie right there, dude. It just
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I need, guys, drink your water.
Drink your water. They're just like,
hydrate.
Yeah, drink your water, hydrate, fuck this guy. Let's continue on with the next matchup. Echo Circuit, Corlock, here we go.
We got, Echo Circuit winning that pitch by Lancelot, sending it over to the left side. Lancelot grabbing the boost right here. And it's coming downfield to Jurok. He hits it up off of Onion, it looks like. But we get a nice little stoppage right here with some nice rotations from Corlock. Fox trying to hit it back down. Had to do 2 flips right there to get the ball downfield. I think he was at a boost right there. But Mr. Monkey coming off the wall right here, trying to set something up really quick and nice for Corlock. J-Rock is able to get it over and down to the center of the field. Over Monkey right here, but Onion is the one who makes the stop right here. I feel like Onion is what you would consider a clutch player, both in scoring and in defense. I'm not sure. What do you guys think? Since Onion is you guys' favorite man on the field right now.
I think it's just me. I'm pretty sure Zero's on your side for this time because he's been talking some stuff about Corlock. So,
I mean,
I believe that
no. We're not going to sit here and say that
I
was
believe
talking
that
some
Onion.
No, I said that I believe Echo Circuit will win, right? But I do feel like Corlock is a huge mountain for them to climb. And with them even having a substitution player just until they can get that extra player on the field, that Echo Circuit even seems to be having a difficult time now. You've seen the first match. You've seen how they had to take it into overtime. So my whole thing is Onion himself is a dangerous player. It's a player that they have to deal with. He's a problem. And not only is he a problem, but Mr. Monkey just complements that problem. You know what I'm saying? So it's more definitely, you got to remember too, most people play the Dominant. Most people play the Fennec, and the Dominus is a direct counter to the Fennec. You get what I'm saying? It's longer. It has an extended reach. When the Fennec think it just put something out of reach, that Dominus shows you, hey, no, I'm still here, and I can still put that pressure on you like no other vehicle can. So Onion just knows how to utilize that vehicle, and he's really solid and versatile when it comes to this game. But
we also forgot the pinch prowess as well. That's
let's not forget that.
Oh, that is also true. We got 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock. Still 0-0. Both teams not really making a very serious and aggressive effort, but they are trying nonetheless to get a score. But they're just kind of filling out the playing field right here. There was a shot attempt by Onion, but it was blocked by Echo Circuit. We got one of our members in Echo Circuit staying in goal. See, this is one thing about soccer, especially when it comes to high-octane arcade versions of soccer. Even though people have their set positions and they get comfortable, you really gotta be more of a flex player, you know? You gotta be willing to play various positions. Oh, and there goes our first ting on the match.
Boom,
and then to a goal by Echo Circuit.
First, talk about first ting. We're talking about the first goal. Echo Circuit taking the lead right here in the Forbidden Temple with the Forbidden goal in the high corner.
Corner! Get up! High corner! Beautiful play right there off the wall. I was genuinely trying to see where he was trying to go with that, but beautiful attempt. We're going to go with that Fox play to try and grab that, but as usual, and I'm going to call it here, anytime you see Lancelot move, Azar is not too far behind, and they play exactly the same. Thus, I'm now deeming them the twins. So anytime you see those two twins move forward, my goodness, there's going to be some type of kerfuffle going on, and you got to be prepared for anything going. Like, look at that, the double block of midair to stop Onion from doing anything from the twins, man. Look at this. Beautiful plays here.
Got a nice 50-50 on it, and they're trying to push it up. Juice Azar kind of grabs some juice on that one as he's pushing it forward. Mr. Monkey on the opposite side of that spectrum, running out of juice, trying to do his best to block these shots, and he's doing a pretty solid job. Their Fox clip now, bringing it around town, has no juice. He's going up against J-Rock and made him miss on that one, setting it right up for Onion and putting it in the back of the net. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the equalizer, making it 1-1 with 48 seconds left on the clock.
The onion with the onion, with the onion.
With the onion.
You gotta put it in your goal, bro. Onion with that aggression, you know, and the patience. This is both a patience and aggression game with Onion. So you really don't know what he's gonna throw at you.
You know, what's crazy? I'm actually like outside of the Nex-Gen Rocket League Series. I've played a couple games with Onion, and he's definitely a very knowledgeable player of the game. I heard that he absolutely loves team-based games, and that goes another tink right there. Echo Circuit tries to block that out of there. But yeah, no, Onion just loves team-based games. He loves knowing where his team strengths are, knowing the positioning right here. And I think we're about to head into overtime? Question mark? Maybe? Possibly. There it is.
Overtime.
Overtime.
Here we are again, a second overtime for a second game between the two Titans that are currently playing right now. And hopefully it lasts longer than 10 seconds because last time it didn't. And here we are again trying to put it somewhere nice, but he couldn't even put it somewhere nice. Mr. Monkey missing on that one. Onion trying to push it forward for his player, but Justazar said no, not this time. Justazar trying to hop up on it.
Dominus play from Onion, by the way. Love the Dominus play a lot. Got some plays by here by Echo Circuit. 88 boots from our here in the Fennec, making some nice rotations. Corlock waiting for the opportunity to score right here. Is it possible? No, it's not, because Lancelot just disturbs it, the play right there. And that's what you gotta do. Sometimes you gotta disrupt the play. You gotta do a little bit of bumping, you know. And I don't care what anybody says about it. Bumping is a good tactic, all right? So if you need to stop a play, just do it. It doesn't matter what anybody says. If they hate you, they hate you. A win is a win in my book, you know?
We're almost fully
another
2
note
minutes.
for you, Mr. Zero. We may need a mic reset here, but I'll go ahead and take it here. I'm surprised to say that the Corlock was able to do the thing, but I know they were.
That honestly caught me off guard. Like, as soon as I saw that goal, it took me a while to realize what happened, and when I replayed that in my head, I was like, what? That was insane. That was really insane.
That was a sick goal, man.
Fox dunked on him. I don't know what to tell you.
True goal.
Should have got up.
Should have got up.
Should have got up.
Get up!
Should have dodged.
No, actually, I know that I'm cutting out for you guys, but I know I'm coming in really clear for the stream itself. Remember, guys, it's running off of my system, so my mic is connected directly into what we're streaming off of right now.
You're more directly connected to the audience than we are. Okay, I see
exactly. That's just how it is. That's how it is for the time being. No.
We're all the fakers here. So
you're a faker. You're a faker. I'm a faker.
Are you Sonic now? Faker.
Basically, that's what I am. But no, seriously, guys, this right here, this was a solid matchup. 2 overtimes back to back, making this 1-1. How do you guys are feeling right now?
Things are so intense. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, as soon as we get past anything where you feel like there's comfortability on either side of the team, it's just like, no, overtime, time to go ham, and it's just nothing but block after block after block after block, and you're just like, what? Who's gonna be able to do it? Who's gonna be able to do it? And of course, we ended that last game with Fox dunking on one of your people over there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
but we're gonna see how they respond overall to this. But a 2-2, is that where we're at? Or
no, we're at a 1-1 right now. What are you talking about? We're at a 1-1.
You're going way too fast.
Are you okay, bud? What games did you see that we didn't see?
I just want a Corlock to be a 2 already, man.
I'm like, you're over here predicting the future or something. What's going on?
I'm doing what I'm pulling a U card earlier. I'm gonna say that Corlock's already. He's already won this.
Are you trying to be like how I was, where I was like, it's the final match, and I was like, wait, no, it's not. It's not even the final. Oh, okay. Yeah, no. This isn't the final match, sir. I believe Echo Circuit's gonna take it all the way. So, without further ado, you already know my predictions. I already know your predictions. We're not going through this again, ladies and gentlemen. Echo Circuit versus Corlock, game number 3.
Oh, not this map. No.
Yes.
No.
Lancelot agrees with you on that, and Onion too. They both don't like this map.
No, bro. This is a rip-off of Star Wars.
I don't think your season
This is a rip-off of every good sci-fi movie. You know what? It doesn't even matter because my team, Echo Circuit, got the first goal. It doesn't matter no more.
Lancelot with a clean shot straight in, coming straight down the pipeline on that one. You gotta watch out for him. You gotta watch out for him. And it seems like Corlock needs to lock in on defense as Onion trying to push it forward, but Lancelot comes in with the offensive play.
Blue for bad joke.
All right.
I'm glad I didn't hear it because I would have definitely crashed out on stream.
It's just, you said he wasn't going to do dad jokes and he proceeded to do a dad joke. It's fine.
I mean, hey, I'm sorry. Lock in. They got to lock in. Seriously. Speaking of
Yeah,
locking
and look,
in, Juice
I miss
Zard.
speed splits, and I feel like that would have been a better joke for, I guess, the core lock-in. If that's what I go for.
besides all the dad jokes, though, we got some good aerials right here from Corlock, but he spent all of his boost trying to. Never mind. I was going to say,
Mr. Monkey
I was-
with a solid set for Onion coming straight down the pipeline on that one, making it 1-1. We love the equalizer coming in, and almost another shot by Lancelot trying to respond to it. We have a high intense game right here. They said you want to go tit for tat, let's go tit for tat.
Onion with the onion, with the onion. The onion says, nah, that's my shot. Nah, you don't get a shot back. Nah, you don't get another shot back. And now we're seeing a high corner. Onion not able to fully slap that out, but able to get it off the backboard, slapping it out of the direction of where he wanted to land on it. Juice all the way back, try to push this out. We're going to see if he's able to make a play. Ooh, maybe he got over a defender. Lancelot trying to get it over Monkey. Got it over Monkey. There's a shot there. Onion!
Off the top of the crossbar, one more time, and Juice Zard misses.
Oh my goodness, that was a lot of back-to-back right there, and it's really important to stay calm in those situations where you're at the goal and the team defends it, but they don't swat it back all the way. You're still in front of the goal, just like that.
Mr.
Getting
Monkey
another
with the
shot.
sploosh splash splish.
Wow. Yeah, those situations, you definitely got to stay calm so you can get shots off like that, because it doesn't matter how many times it takes to get the shot into the goal. It's just a matter of, do we get into the goal, yes or no?
Monkey's showing them exactly how it's done for Corlock right there. They're actually getting pretty aggressive on this next one. I think it's because they have that momentum, you know? Like I was saying before, momentum carries everything. It's either you're going to sit there, you're going to take it, and you're going to watch them as they continuously pound you over and over and over again. Or,
well, innuendo that's uncomfortable out of the way. Corlock is still at a 2-1 right here, carrying this off of that Monkey shot here. They're still trying to force a shot in right now. That's the third one they've taken that's been blocked by Jirok, not letting this thing go through. Beautiful plays as we're seeing here. Ooh, a little bit of a shuffle there off the ball, trying to get that golden Finnick in the air, but not able to get this thing to land. Another attempt there by Corlock, but blocked by Lancelot. Straight sin back there. Is anyone gonna be able to get there? And no, the sniper shot of the night from inside the goal, man.
Never seen a shot like that one. Just unique and creative shots all around. So a new way to score every single day. And that's why, I think that's why, one of the reasons why soccer as a sport in general is just such an amazing game, because there's always new ways to put the ball in the back of the net, especially when you talk about RC soccer. Oh yeah, just many different ways to use different parts of the vehicle to just score, and from long distances too, you know. And frankly, if you are a pro Rocket League player or just have that pro mentality, yes, sometimes the car that you use does matter and how it affects gameplay. But here we go, another shot by Echo Circuit. I feel like every time I go on a tangent, Echo Circuit's always scoring, so I might go on more tangents.
just keep going on tangents. We're just gonna shut up and we're gonna let you go on tangents the entire time.
Let me pass the whole thing apparently.
Cut off Naj consistently now, so Onion Ring can score is what I'm hearing.
Mr. Monkey trying to push it back in there, but Lancelot, there it is, Onion with the shot. 3-3.
Onion!
Yes. As I say, you can't silence me. Onion just comes to and silences me. This is absolutely insane. Fox is the only one back. I know, right? Fox the only one back for his team on defense, but you know that's kind of all he needs. But Echo Circuit tries to make a push, but they fail to do that. So we got a backflip right here by Echo Circuit, challenging this with no blue.
Onion trying to come back for a defensive play, as you had, I believe that was not Juice Zard, that was Jirok trying to push it in. Couldn't quite get it. Juice Zard is now coming up, popping it off the wall, kind of flicking it right over Onion's head, pushing it a bit forward. Lancelot got it right over Foxcliff's head. Onion is waiting in the goal and pushing it a bit more forward, and Jirok is here once again, doing a little fancy getting some footwork, but he lost all the boost mid-air, and that's why boost management is important, guys. You can't use it all in one go, and if they can't get to that, that would have been a nice curve shot by Onion, hitting it off of the ding. We got 8 seconds left, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up in the air once more. Can they do something with it? No, they can't, and we're going back into overtime for a third time in a row.
Lead there. What was the double lead? They were like, nah, we're going to get this in. And they proceeded to both miss. But it would have been so pretty.
Dude, this is absolutely insane. Every single match so far between these two teams has gone into overtime. This literally proves that these two teams are meant to be a match made of rival.
Cesar trying to hit it a bit forward as Onion coming around trying to block that one.
Right, he did. He full cleared that off that block. It was amazing. He could have easily just shot it there.
We're trying to make an attempt right here with no boost. Very risky, but very rewarding if you are able to get that off, with the only reward being bragging rights, in my opinion. But Corlock coming down the field one more time, sending it midfield. Definitely something you don't want to do unless you have a teammate right beside you, but the teammate got demoing that right here. A nice flick to the bottom right corner, but Onion just happened to be there. Love to see his clutch defense. Pushing the ball upfield, but Echo Trigger brings it back. This could be a score right here. Maybe. But it's not enough.
Oh, and it's just enough. Fast, indeed.
My tangents have worked, ladies and gentlemen. This is why my yapping is the reason why Echo Circuit won that one.
I felt it in my gut and my soul. I need to cut this man off so Onion could score. Because every time he started yapping, Onion was getting blocked, and I didn't appreciate that. And
oh my goodness,
but definitely Onion was the MVP of that game. If we're gonna look at Corlock's side, it was pretty even on Echo's side, in my opinion.
I think it was even. I'm not gonna lie on this one. I feel like Corlock had the advantage. They came in with the momentum. They came in with the goals, going tit for tat with the team. But sometimes your arms are just too short to box with God. And that's what they had to deal with in this instance right here. They were lackluster, they were sloppy, and they paid for it, you know? So rotations have to tighten up. It has to be clear and concise about the decisions that they're going to make, because right now they are on the brink of losing this entire series the same way that Nova Shift lost theirs. Not Nova Shift, the same way that Rift Ravens lost theirs.
I don't think it's the same because it's 2-2 comparatively to 3-1.
No. Right now it's 3-2. Right now it's 1-2.
It's 2-2. Core just won.
Yes, Core. No. Echo Circuit just won.
It was 1-1 before. Core just won.
No, Echo Circuit just won this one. We're going into the. I literally have the tally in front of me right now.
Fair enough.
I literally have the tally in front of me right now. Echo Circuit just won that one.
That's crazy.
It's a best of 5, or did you forget?
That's right, because in my mind, Core already won. Right. That's right. That's right, because in my mind, Core already won. I got you. I'm
like, in his head, he was like, man, yeah, we're clearing the board right now. No. No.
You know, but before we get into this next match, there is actually a very special sponsor that we have yet to mention.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go for it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be doing the entire sponsorship for this, because this is actually a team that I put in for the sponsorship to Next Gen Gaming, and that is Vierte FC. Now, you're probably wondering, what the heck is Vierte FC? What even is that? Well, first of all, it's an esport team for the newly released game called Rematch, a 5v5 soccer game, arcade style. And you know, it's just an amazing game where you can get together with 4 other people, you can make clean passes to each other, and you can make some crazy shots and crazy curve shots and goal. And with endless customization so far, it's taking the soccer world by storm. There's already a bunch of esports scenes going on right now. Me and the team that I'm representing, which is also Vierte FC, I'm one of their co-founders and managers, and we just want to bring soccer as a whole to the world even more, whether it be through Rocket League, whether it be through FIFA, whether it be through Rematch. We just want to bring soccer to the world because it is arguably the most popular sport out there right now. But we want to promote right now Vierte FC being one of the best North American rematch clubs in the esports scene right now. So even though I'm the one who put in the pool for them to be a sponsor, huge shout out to everybody in Vierte FC. We love you guys. Thank you so much for being great, and thank you to Next Gen for allowing us to be a sponsor.
No problem here, and we got no problems at all hopping into this next matchup right here. Echo Circuit leading by 2, Corlock with 1 win. And here we go into this next matchup, which could possibly be the final matchup if Corlock doesn't get their stuff together. Corlock, Echo Circuit, let's dive on in. And here we are at DFH Stadium, the celebratory stadium as well. I personally want to see it get taken to Champions Field. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, honestly, I sometimes like I confuse the stadium with the Champion Stadium. I don't know why. It just looks like somewhat of a copy and paste with a couple banners. But I'm not epic. I'm not trying to dog on y'all. I'm just super saying, you know, it could have looked just a little bit more different, you know. But that's not the main point here. The main point is that Corlock's coming downfield with the ball, does a flip to get the ball close to the goal, but Jurok does a defensive takeaway. Now it's up in the air. Let's see what. Does anybody even do anything with it? No, they just leave it there, let it lie, let it come down the field, and now we're gonna push it up to the goal. Speedy, what are your takeaways from this match? What are you expecting to happen in this match?
I'm expecting the continued fighting of Onion Ring and the Twins. And whoever is able to set the tone with the first shot, whoever is able to set the tone with the first successful play, or just the first successful shutdown of whomever is playing, is going to be the winners of this game. And of course, I have my money on Corlock. Onion Ring,
Woo!
beautiful
pass.
pass.
Money on Corlock, Mr. Monkey tapping it right over not one, but 2 defenders who got caught lacking.
That's absolutely insane. That goal was just absolutely insane. I loved every moment of that. Even though I'm not cheering for Corlock, I gotta give flowers where they're due. But we got Echo Circuit trying to make a good fight here to get the ball out of their side of the pitch. We got no boost right here, but now we're picking up boost, and now we're getting it down the field. Picked up another boost, but we're bringing it downfield even more, but it goes back the other way. Solid defense from Corlock right here. Lancelot coming down with some insane rotations, but does nothing with it. I wonder if it was a lack of boost or just a lack of just figuring out what to do with the ball.
Right. And sometimes, you know, once you get your hands on that ball and you're like, I have a plan, this is what I want to do. Sometimes plans don't work out too well. So you got to pick the ball back up. You got to figure out what exactly you want to do with it, and you got to do your best in order to get where you need to go. Kind of like how they just did right there, only he couldn't get the force in, popping it back off one more time. Juice the Czar trying to bring it around and couldn't quite get it. Mr. Monkey doing a little flick to the left, doing a little flick to the right, couldn't get all the way on that curve to bring it around town into the goal to make it a 2-0 lead. Here we are again with a little bit of forcing on the inside. Lancelot trying to bring it back for his teammate. Onion coming back around and telling the captain, no, I can't allow you to do that one. Mr. Monkey kind of messing up, hitting Fox Clip out of the way.
Beautiful plays here on both sides. We're looking at Echo and Corlock going back and forth in front of Corlock's goal, but Corlock not letting this lay where it's at. Lancelot also trying to deny any type of prowess. Onion Ring finally pushing this thing into Echo's territory. And we're going to see what he can do. Oh, a little bit of a flick roll there. Beautifully executed in the Dominus, too. It's one of the hardest cards to do that with. And we got a Jurok here trying to set this forward. Gets the flick, and a pass to Lancelot for the first point on the board for Echo. Corlock not able to respond in time off of the leave-in for Fox. But I want one thing to be said here. Fox is doing amazing. This man is actually gold playing with grand champs, keeping up, and not only that, but being able to defend in a rapid sense and adapt as things have been going forward. It's just amazing to see people from all ranks being able to play with each other, learn on the fly how they need to position, what they need to do, and not only that, but being successful while doing it. Just love to see it. Onion trying to set some things up. Ended up with that demo there. I believe that was on Fox, though. Onion Ring trying to push this thing out, and Fox able to get the ball again, but just no juice in the tank. Mr. Monkey using the last of his juice to be able to do it. Was able to pick up 100, but what will he do with it?
Absolutely nothing, because Lancelot pushing it forward. Mr. Monkey trying to come in with some solid defense, and right now I believe that Mr. Monkey is might be one of our defensive players of today, if you want me to be honest.
You
I
want
gotta honestly agree with that.
you want to throw him into the defensive MVP slot? Is that what we're doing?
That's what I see. But I believe Najee there said he had what was it, Anchor in for that one?
Indeed.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm voting Onion because he had like
Okay,
six
Kane, listen.
blocks
Listen, the glaze of Onion right now from you is so crazy. Like,
Listen.
I get it. We get it. You like him. But obviously not enough because we're going into... Wait. They just might be able to do something with it, but they can't, and we're going into another overtime.
Double team commit
The fourth overtime right here, dude. This is not good.
Overtimes. What is going on right now?
Never have I ever seen like consecutive matches in a series always go to overtime. This is how you know this is high level Rocket League gameplay right here. Every single match going into overtime. Neither team, when they're tied up, can get the extra point to just seal it all. But we're coming up, we see Juice Azar get a double tap play to a ting right here, but it doesn't work out. Mr. Monkey coming back with some clutch defensive plays, but Jurok tries to make something right here. But Onion with the dominance, just always there defensively. And I think that's what's saving the team right now.
Most
It's
definitely.
Oh, is he? Because I tried to vote him for MVP, but I was glazing apparently.
You gotta think,
Whatever.
No, you're
no,
right now.
because you just
No. In this moment, he has to be extremely defensive and extremely careful with exactly what's going on because you're in overtime now, bud. Losing a goal right now could be losing not just the game,
This is what he's been doing
but
all
the
game.
entire
Those from my whole
series.
point. For all 3 games, he's been doing nothing but being everywhere. That's part of the reason why Azar can't just shoot whatever he wants, because Onion's gonna be in the way. Monkey also has a chance to be in the way. To be fair, Monkey also does have a chance.
But
more often than not, it's
Monkey
Onion.
is always in the way.
That was a really good shot attempt from Echo Circuit right there, but Monkey just being the defensive,
See,
just
right
defensive
there,
Titan,
always in the way.
just always in the way. Yeah, exactly.
Always in the way. It may not be directly in front of the goal, but just being right where he needs to be. Onion bouncing it off the top of it. Mr. Monkey with no boost, trying to hit it with the side of the card, just trying to keep it in position. Onion, no boost at all, pushing it a little bit more forward into the area, and this is dangerous territory right now. There need a serious
takes it out
clear.
like it's nothing. Just took it for a walk. Don't worry about it. It's not like it's in a dangerous position or anything.
Mr. Monkey pushing it a bit forward right now.
What a flick by Monkey just now. Lancelot trying to get this to go far, but flicked down by Monkey as he turned around to go ahead and go and grab some more juice. Missed it on the wall there. Double miss. Will Monkey be able to get this out? Yes, got it over the defender right there. Is it going to be a pass to Onion or is it going to keep it? And it looks like it's a keep until Muskie flip into a pass to Onion. Onion tried to go up for the dunk there, blocked at the last second by... blocked at the last second.
I feel like
and
if
Onion Ring...
Juice Azar could have touched that, but he couldn't touch it. And Onion Ring sending his team into the finals.
Yes, I'm there, dude. Come on.
Send him into game 5. Yeah, Onion send him into game 5. It's crazy.
I know something. They already had to in my brain. What do you mean?
All right,
All
calm down there, bud.
Nah, man. It's okay.
Guys,
no, this is a real doozy.
I don't know about you guys, but I know they're ready. I know the fans are ready, and I know I'm ready. So what do you say we just dive straight on into this game?
Don't forget to drink some water. I know you heard me over here struggling to speak, so it's because water. Remember to hydrate, guys.
I got
It's
my
very
water.
important.
You got your water. He's got his water. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's dive on into this final match. Game number 5 at Champions Field. Are you ready? Because this is the NRLS. Let's get into it.
I'm super hyped. Let's do it, guys.
We're finally on Champions Field right now, the field to go on for any Grand Finals match. Starting the kickoff, we got Mr. Monkey winning the pinch off of Lancelot over here. Onion tries to get an early dominant shot into the goal, but fails. But it was a really good shot attempt, really good shot selection, by the way, as well.
He was trying to beat the record.
And what a shot by Juice Azar. Coming in with a solid shot, and he was just that close. He was actually pretty freaking close to breaking that record for the fastest shot.
Yeah, it's 10 seconds right now. Onion was trying to get it at 5, which would have been phenomenal. Fox there for the last second block, or just scary enough to get him to not shoot it. I couldn't tell whether he was actually able to touch it or not. But Lancelot trying to push this forward to get his team something. Not able to get it clear. But a lot of Corlock is sitting here without any boost to be able to write home with. Jurlock up top. Onion got it. Did he get the sniper shot? Or no, he got a ting, but not enough to score. Immediately smacked out of the way by Jurlock there. Beautiful defense. Do you think Jurlock will be able to take the defensive MVP here? Almost another shot there by Onion.
I'm not sure. I'm not too sure about Jurlock on this one when it comes to the defensive player of the Saturday Showcase. Mainly because I'm not saying he's not a solid defensive. What a shot by Lancelot!
Wow. I think this is the first time that Echo Circuit was up 2-0 on Corlock.
Most definitely. This is the first time in this entire series where they've been up 2 points and Corlock has no response to it whatsoever.
Speedy, I don't know, man. I think your team is losing, man.
They are losing, but I wouldn't say whatsoever. We've had a lot of high corner attempts that just within the first few seconds, we've seen Onion try and slam in. We've also seen a couple of cheeky passes at the last second to Fox, but Lancelot has just been very solid with defense, and so has Jurlock, at least for this game. I know you're not trying to vote for him to be the defensive MVP. That's not what I was saying, but I do think he's doing pretty solid on defense this time around. So I'm genuinely curious to see how Monkey does the thing. Onion Ring, still trying to push something forward.
You got Corlock coming down, trying to fight to get the ball into Echo Circuit's net, but hops it over him to do a reset play. See, this is something I don't see often in Rocket League is passbacks. Now, I just mentioned a rematch not long ago, and rematch is a more like soccer realistic heavy game, but in RC soccer you really don't have no incentive of passing it back or really like doing.
Now you got to think of it. You got to think of it like this too, right? Most people aren't mechanically sound, and what a shot that should have been for Echo Circuit, but being right there in the way, Onion completely blocking that shot out.
Nah, that was. I love Onion, but that was it, bro. You shouldn't have gave it to you. that was a Rocket League play. We'll call it that. That was a Rocket League play, bro.
But no, back to what I was saying, Zeno. Pass plays, you gotta have solid mechanics in order to be able to pass it back and forth between each other, and that's unfortunately considered a high-level move, right? Maybe sometimes you can do a little soft tap here, soft tap there, and get out of the way while you see your teammate coming in at full speed, right? But it's debatable. I think the defense will more so pass it to you, and you're able to access it versus your teammate passing it to you and putting it in the proper position in order for you to get to where you're trying to go.
I'm going to agree with you. I think this is one of the hardest games to just actually pull out plays with because of how situational ball movement typically is, unless the person is just super mechanically sound, like Onion or Lancelot. There you go.
You remember our boy Lancelot? The member of the Knights of the Round Table?
Okay, all right. Well, we're at a full minute right now, guys, and it's been
high corner!
Well, excuse me, we're at a full minute and it was 2-0, but they decided to put points on the board, and this could possibly be the revival of Corlock, maybe taking over this game and winning this entire series here at Champions Field.
What a demo there for mid-goal right there.
Nice touches, by the way. Really nice touches by Echo Circuit.
I will say Mr. Monkey is a solid player right now, and he's one of the main reasons that Corlock has been able to stay in this one. Onion Ring tossing it off of the side just like that, and Mr. Monkey putting it back in the goal with his splash, sploosh. And I'm telling you, man, this guy right here, he's something special.
What a beautiful play. Slamming that thing straight down to confirm that is a dunk, and he should have gotten up. What do you think about the dunk prowess on Monkey so far, Naj?
It's just who consecutively in a game where you can't dunk ducks, you know, intentionally, consecutively, and just disrespectfully, unintentionally as well. Like,
Got the
oh my,
ball
it's
up,
just a
1
combination
second.
of everything.
0 seconds left, hitting it off the top of the, we're back in overtime again. 5 overtimes in a row consistently. This is truly Rocket League.
The thing you have to note when it comes to overtimes is that it takes a physical and mental toll to have to keep fighting the same battle over and over and over again, and forcing yourself and your team to come up with new ways to do the same thing. Isn't that something? New ways to do the same thing?
Definitely something, because it's basically telling your team, hey, we can read you. Onion with basically an open shot there, but completely nullified that the people are on the edge of their seat. The players' hands are truly sweating as they're trying to figure out who is going to get this first and final goal here in overtime. Trying to push the ball a bit forward. Lancelot with no boost whatsoever. Onion trying to push it out of that corner as they're in dangerous territory right now.
Kind of backflip here that may be set up. Put it on the wall. It's not an easy clear. Monkey not able to get this fully out. Onion with a slip shot, not able to get it fully
Here comes the
out.
goal, and Mr. Monkey with an own goal! Mr. Monkey, what on earth did we just witness?
I know I was trash talking for the banter, Speedy, but I genuinely feel bad for Corlock right there. It's one thing to get scored on when you're trying to defend, but it's another thing to get scored on and you're the reason why that ball went in. That was crazy because you saw the defender go up to try to deflect it out, but he accidentally carried the ball into the high corner of the goal. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt really bad.
Worst possible thing to happen in the last game
In such an intense
goal.
match like this one, right? In such an intense and heartfelt fighting match like this one, right? That, my friends, has to be the craziest thing
That's why they're screaming in chat.
to ever happen. Think about it like this. You truly have to think about it like this, right? A high intense back and forth between teams. We make it all the way to game 5 on the Champions Field into overtime, and it ends like that. That's not satisfying. I'm tempted to let them run it again right here, right now. I'm really tempted to let them run it again right here, right now. But that's all the time we have right now, too, you know?
I just had fun while we were on the ride, man. We definitely had our picks for the night. We've had our losses for the night. And that goes for the actual teams and our own predictions. Were you expecting this scrimmage bout to go this way, Najee?
Obsidian, so the first one, let's break it down really quickly. So Obsidian watches Zero Strikers, definitely didn't expect it to go like that. The second match, it was 50-50, it was really enjoyable. That's how it should have started off. But this match, I did not expect it to go this way specifically. Like, I knew these two teams were rivals, but for it to be overtime 5 times in a row, neck and neck, low score all the way around, this is what Rocket League is. This should be the staple of what high level pro Rocket League should look like.
Wholeheartedly agree. Wholeheartedly agree. What a match. What a day. What a fantastic, showcase all around. You know what I'm saying? We had dominations. We had heartfelt wins and heartfelt losses. And we had a gut-wrenching finale with an own goal. And I know Mr. Monkey has got to be kicking himself right now. He has truly got to be kicking himself right now. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have for you right now. But before we do that, we'd like to sign off by saying thank you, every single one of you, for watching this stream here tonight. We understand that if you're currently watching this stream and you were here on the Saturday showcase, you're probably thinking to yourself, what the heck? This looks a bit different. I don't recall it being like that. Well, that's absolutely correct, guys. We had to record this one. We lost all the footage from the original stream, but we do thank every single one of you being there live and in person, and trust and believe we will make sure that the next stream and every stream moving forward is actually recorded, so you guys don't have to go through that kind of feeling and whatever we went through also as well too. But rewatching these games, it's still crazy to see this, right guys? Like, it's still crazy to see that these teams are playing this hard in a preseason match. Like, this is just the beginning.
Yeah,
this is
that's the
day
crazy part.
0.
They actually did start rivals. Like, Corlock and Echo are just officially rivals now.
No, they're officially rivals. But
Oh, yeah, no, I'm putting that.
I wholeheartedly agree with Zito, though, earlier today, too, calling Rift Ravens and Nova Shift rivals as well. I agree with that one. I truly agree with that one, because I highly doubt that the next time Rift Ravens and Nova Shift come head to head once again, that Rift Ravens are gonna take that line down. They're coming out for blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the disrespect, they have to, just destroy them, and they know that. Nova will know if they leave like that again, and that's it of Nova. So it's gonna be a completely different. I feel like it's gonna be a completely different atmosphere when we're talking about Rift Ravens and Nova.
Most definitely.
Sure.
Well, I wholeheartedly agree with you guys. Thank you guys for watching. Without further ado, I'm signing off. Thank you for watching the NRLS. And here you have it.